welcome to D20 Deathmatch! What, nothing? You guys are just gonna sit there? That's fine. Welcome to D20 Deathmatch.
I'm clapping.
I am intimidated.
Welcome to D20 Deathmatch Battle for the Crown, round number 3. This is for all the marbles tonight. The new Grandmaster.
That matters.
Oh wow, okay. New Grandmaster will be crowned. I'm sure of it. I'm almost 100% sure of it. We find ourselves in the Dread Fortress. The Arbiter directing around a few movers who are moving a couch to the left, moving in a new TV. I got a new bed. It's a water bed that they're carrying down the hallway. Seriously, over there, just it's fine. Just put it in front of the throne, and yeah, just make sure it's centered on the wall.
Are you kidding me? The Grandmaster will be standing in the doorway watching this apparent circus happen, because after this match, it's all going to be undone, obviously. Also, don't you know, waterbeds are terrible for your back?
Listen, my back is my concern. And again, I don't work for you, so stop telling me what to do.
Okay, you still
if I want to sleep on the ocean, I will.
Earn the crown. You should know your place. You signed a contract.
Listen, maybe after I win, I'll turn you into a fish and put you in my waterbed. How's that sound?
Listen, you've got a lot of talk for someone with a bad back.
Yeah, whatever. And I've got plenty of plans here. We're gonna change the whole color scheme here. It's too whatever. I don't know what these colors are that you've got going on, but these are terrible.
This is just a classic style. It's modern. I don't know this, and she'll point to this couch that you've brought in. And since you didn't describe it, I'm going to.
Yeah,
it is this patchwork, ugly, just tie-dye, hideous trash dumpster thing, right? That you've pulled in. Clearly, some of the springs are uneven, as one cushion sits much higher than some of the others that have been worn down over time. Think like your old great-great-great-great-great-grandmother's quilt that should have been thrown away, maybe even burned at this point. That's what's coating this hideous couch. That's your taste.
It's velour. You don't throw out velour.
It's not. I don't think you know what velour is.
In any case, it matches my Italian leather shoes. What am I talking to you about this? You're not even in charge here anymore. Whatever. Should we get on with this so that way I can get back to redecorating?
Yes, let's get on with this so that way we can throw your trash out.
Okay, finally. Then let me go ahead and get the champions in here as the Arbiter, like, once again smacks his hands together and the echoes rip open a portal in time and space. Here we go, Grandmaster, the champions! I'll even introduce your champions this time, just to show you that there's no hard feelings when I win. We've got, on the Grandmaster's side, Flinry! I'm not really a fan, but that's fine.
Put his fists up in the air, pump his fist a couple of times, and when he sees the Arbiter, he'll just kind of put the hands down and look at you very sternly.
Move along. Next, we've got the Professor himself, Professor Stabs!
Oh no! I do not want to be here again!
Come on, Professor. This is your way to get tenure. Just complete it and it's one more thing checked off and then no one can fire you.
I thought last time was my way to get tenure and it wasn't. It was just me being dumped in lava. I hate it here.
Tenure's a long process. I'm sure this will be the final step.
All right. And for my team, the winners of tonight, I'm calling it a little early, but the winners of tonight will be McSwiggins! Come on, McSwiggins, get in here.
Plunger on face, like just oh God, I'm finally in hell. I feel like I've been falling for 30 hours. Oh, this couch. It truly is hell. He just sits down on the couch. Oh, I can't even get comfortable.
And let me introduce our last champion tonight, Grandmaster, someone who's become a close friend of mine after we shared several drinks, talked about our family struggles. Thornabub!
Yes. Walks in, he's holding a martini. Arbiter, Grandmaster, you've redecorated.
Yes.
I don't like it.
This is temporary. It's temporary.
We're just in transition until the new stuff comes in. This is just transition
Oh, that's
period.
right. You're moving in.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You told me about this.
I'm setting up a nice guest room for you down the hall.
This is not a remodeling situation. You've got your champions, I've got mine. I think it's time just to dive in before you destroy the rest of my lovely room here.
Fine. Let's go. As he claps his hands and pff, the sounds of the jungle permeate through a portal as you walk through into the humid setting.
Welcome, acolytes. I've decided to take you to a very grand old temple, something very ancient here. Now, with this, may this jungle around you inspire you. The damp air as you begin to breathe it in is very heavy. And as you look around, there's greenery everywhere. Thick vines, big luscious trees, and over on the far side, a very high, very towering temple. Each layer of that 10 feet up. So you can do the math if you want to count that out. I'm not going to do that for you. I assume if you've gotten this far, you've been able to figure out that much math at this point. Alongside that are a number of statues here or there that are also 15 feet in height, sturdy enough to provide some cover for a while. Now, dear champions, remember, and she'll open her wings and fly high, up into the acolyte stand. This is a battle not just for yourselves, but for our acolytes. You have the ability to earn 2 points this evening. 1 through victory as long as one of you remains standing by the end, and the other voted by our wonderful acolytes. That's right. A link will be shared at the end for a vote as to which team put on the best fight. Win and survive. Die and lose. It doesn't matter. That popular vote comes from the energy that you put out if you win their hearts. So, champions, as she takes her seat next to Doug the Pug, remember to give it your all. Arbiter, begin.
I will begin, but because I want to begin, okay? We have to keep going.
Just get it started, all right?
Whatever.
I know a really good couples therapist that might be able to help you too.
It won't be
This
necessary.
isn't gonna last. You just let this be, okay?
Not gonna be necessary.
Your degree isn't in love.
Our therapy is by spilling your blood in the arena. That's how we're gonna work out our issues tonight.
We worked out things between my daughter and me, and it
See?
did wonders for us.
See, we bring families together here.
That's right.
Unless they die, then spiritually maybe, whatever. I need all of you to roll me a 1d4.
Okay.
All right, McSwiggins with a 2. Professor Stabs with a 3. We got Flannery with a 1. And then Thornabub, what did you roll? Where are you at?
Where did it go?
D4.
Oh, sorry, it didn't come up. 1 sec.
No worries.
Um,
So far, we've got an even spread.
That's fair. Keep it a secret. It's a strategy.
There it is.
I'm just saying us killing each other isn't going to resolve your issues.
2.
We'll see. We'll find out after this fight if they're still there.
Okay. In a twist of fate, Team Arbiter starts together on top of this cliffside up here versus Team Grandmaster
Oh, no!
spread out 130 feet in either corner.
That's right. Flank them.
Wonderful.
Flank them. Another good strategy.
We will divide and conquer.
I don't know what I did to deserve any of this.
Satan, it's a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is mine. He offers out his hand.
Do you have hands or hoofs? I can't remember.
I have hands and wings and hooves and a tail. Would you like to see all of my anatomy, Grandmaster?
That feels like an invitation I'm not going to accept. Thank you for
Maybe
asking
later.
at least first, I guess.
Arbiter.
I would
Later, if you
I would take a look. Mostly out of curiosity, I think.
That is not for this show. That is not for... That's the after show.
Yeah, this is hell. I'm in hell. Whoa, boy.
We're just getting
Not
started.
yet.
But actually, before we get started, as you all, if you want to roll initiative, I'm also going to ask you to begin rolling for chaotic events because our acolytes, very eager to influence the game, have already triggered not one, not two, but 3 freaking chaotic events. I'm gonna pace it up just a little bit. So, round 1. We're going to start with 1 chaotic event. At the start of round 2, we're going to have another chaotic event. At the start of round 3,
20.
we will have our 3rd chaotic
Yes.
event because the acolytes are unforgiving and demand chaos right from the start. Yes! So go ahead. Roll for initiative.
Let me go ahead and get you guys back in the initiative order real quick. Had to pop you out.
Perfect.
1 second, guys. Go ahead and roll for initiative. It's that fist icon at the top. You can click the dice in there, and then we'll get on underway.
I got my
Flannery with a
19.
21 on his initiative. It's looking good.
Should I roll again?
No, I'll just transfer it over here.
Okay.
Let's see. Thornabub had a nat 20. So we'll go ahead and put him at a 22 for now. 22 for Thornabub, 21 for Flannery. McSwiggins with a 15, and Professor Stabs, did you roll an initiative?
Yeah, it's the 19. It's the 19
wow.
on the top.
Look at these initiatives. All right, 19 update. All right, so it's going to be Thornabub, then Flannery, Professor Stabs, and then McSwiggins. We got an every other situation here going on. But
You know, I'm going to take pity on McSwiggins. How about you go ahead and roll our first chaotic event, since it'll be some time since you get to roll some dice. Give me a D20 roll.
Whoa. All right. Usually I don't love pity, but you know, a fella in hell will take whatever he can get.
It'll be like a cold glass of water. An 11. Perfect.
she wants to give you water, but I'll give you a beer if you win this thing.
I'll give you whiskey if you lose this thing. What do you want?
I'll give you a lifetime supply.
I feel like you're messing with my vices and you're sort of trivializing my lifelong struggle with alcohol and
Don't listen to the McSwiggins. Listen to me. Win this fight.
Satan, you've never
I place
steered
my
me wrong
hand on your
before.
shoulder.
Yes.
Enough of this little team chat. Suddenly, down this beautiful middle alleyway, you notice slight quacking sound. And as you happen to look over there, there is a line of ducks. One very large mama duck leading a series of tiny ducklings behind. A total of 7 ducklings, 1 duck in the lead. Now, I will say this. If you choose to squish one of my ducks, the Grandmaster being a fan of animals, you will also take on some of my own wrath. So be careful. The ducks are there on the map. Arbiter, could you place a couple of ducks
Yeah,
on
I'm
there?
working
for
on
us?
it.
Just find the duck icon.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm working on it.
We
What
will
the
summon
duck?
our ducks of many things. Thank you very much.
What the hell is going on?
I'm trying
We've
to get
never
these ducks
seen
out, but
ducks
they're not.
before.
They're not working.
It
Hold
just
on.
appeared out of nowhere in the battlefield.
Listen, this is their native habitat.
and people were talking about drinks and nobody took my order. I would really like a raspberry White Claw, please.
Oh shit.
Noted. We'll summon a cute little goblin with a serving tray. Can you go find a White Claw?
There we go. There's your ducks.
We'll have to travel planes to find one, so it could take a while.
Okay.
All right, champions, are you ready?
We
No.
are ready.
That was so
Once we
unfair.
move.
I guess not. I said, are you ready?
Oh, sorry, it's hard to hear you back in the corner.
Yes, we are ready.
We're so
All right.
far apart.
Acolytes, are you
Can't hear
ready?
you.
Yeah!
Yeah, Chad knows how to respond. Perfect. The Arbiter will fly up into the crowd as well. And then Thornabub. Round number 1!
Wonderful. Mick Swiggins, can you get down from this cliff yourself?
I probably.
Or do you have a crossbow? Can you shoot them from up here?
Well, no, I have an axe, a rather large axe.
I shove him off the cliff. Get him into fighting.
I'm falling!
And then I will fly towards my enemy 30 feet.
You shove him off the cliff.
Actually, one moment.
How
I'm
tall?
assuming that's not. I'm not sure if that's an action if he sees it coming or not.
I mean, you could roll stealth if you'd like.
I choose
Sure.
to fail it because it's funny.
Okay.
Fair.
Okay.
All right. We're going to give you, how high was this cliff, Grandmaster?
This cliff up here, 15.
All right. We'll just give you
It'd be just as tall as our statues.
4 points of bludgeoning damage as you
right.
fall into the jungle floor.
Your knees hurt a little bit.
I will fly up 15 feet and 30 feet forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put it about there. Above Professor Stabs. And I will go ahead and. You there! Surrender, give up, or perish.
Wait, that's an option?
No.
Yes.
Fight is the
Yes, it is.
option. This is not multiple choice.
I mean, it's enticing. Wait, if I surrender, do I die?
Just try your hardest. Think of this as a pass-fail exam.
Oh, forget it. And I will cast Guiding Bolt at him.
Please don't do this!
Oh, that's not great.
Wow. An 8. Does an 8 hit?
It's also a nat 1.
Oh, it's a nat 1. Holy shit. Didn't even see it.
We're starting off with a nat
Woo!
1.
God damn it.
Yeah. Nat 20 on initiative, nat 1 on the attack.
Oh, Jesus.
It begins.
All right, I may have spoken too soon. That's a warning shot. Let that be a
You
lesson
didn't
to
even give
you.
me time to think about surrendering!
As you do that lightning bolt shot, because you roll that nat 1, it is going to push you back 10 feet.
Okay.
This is not what I hired you for, Thornabub. You said you were gonna win.
I'm not used to attacking opponents this small.
Thank you!
So he's like the same size as your daughter, roughly.
Oh, is he? I squint and I look down at him.
He waves.
I will imagine it's my daughter I'm beating. Good idea.
Yeah, visualization helps. Okay then. Anything else for your turn, Thornabub?
I will just. No, that's it. That's all.
All right then, Flannery, round number 1.
Yes.
Flannery has heard screaming and like pleading and crying that he cannot discern because there's a 15-foot statue directly in his line of sight between what's happening and where he is. He's kind of turned it while all that was happening and noticed some interesting like hieroglyphic carvings in the side of this pyramidic temple. And would like to know if there's any like any kind of like significance to that.
Go ahead and roll a roll a history check.
Okay. That's an 11.
An 11. With an 11, you don't seem to understand or know the language, but there's something about these ruins. You've seen a temple like this before in the Eastern Outpost, if you recall, back with Orin.
Right.
So you kind of recognize some of this, and you know enough that if you touch these ruins, and that's actually going to give you 5 temporary hit points.
Perfect.
As you're able to-
Oh, you already got it? Okay.
I can put it on your sheet for you. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magic.
I don't. Sure. There they are. 10, 5. Got it. All right.
Perfect.
Flinnery's gonna. I don't know how to do this, but Flinnery's gonna look and see the ducks making their way slowly around the front of the statue. And just somehow through like an ancestral etheric plane, he hears the cries of like a very angry Scottish wizard, just who is just incredibly protective of these ducks. Seemed to almost throw his own life away in service of protecting these particular ducks for no reason other than that it just seemed like the right choice to make, and he's just gonna kind of make note of that. And most certainly for no reason whatsoever avoid those ducks and make sure that they come in no contact with him under any circumstances whatsoever. Some of you will get that. Some of you think I'm a real weird guy.
It's the deep cuts. That's the lore.
Some deep cuts, yeah. So Flinnery from right here is gonna go ahead and cast Cloak of Shadows.
Okay.
And go completely invisible.
All right.
Good.
You are invisible for the time being. Are you going to move or anything?
Yeah, I'm definitely
Okay.
gonna move. I'm gonna move up. I think I'm at. I don't remember my range here. Hang on.
You have 50 feet as a monk, I believe.
50. Okay. Then I'm going to.
You could touch the ducks.
I could touch the ducks. I'm gonna not do that. We're gonna avoid the ducks. We want to do no duck touching. We're gonna go right into these very tall bushes here.
Okay.
Make my way right into these bushes. I just gotta remember how to.
The rest of you don't know this is happening.
The top two,
Yeah.
the
Close
person.
your
There we
ears.
Go ahead and make a stealth check with advantage
Sure.
to see how much
Yeah,
noise you're making
absolutely.
as you go through this.
Okay, well, there's
Oh.
that one, and we'll 2 19s. What do we think of 2 19? What do I get a bonus for snake eyes, or what's the?
No,
Very
but you make your way through this jungle. Just you're invisible, but you might as well not even be touching the ground. It's how stealthy you are back here.
When Flinnery is thinking to himself as he does. He tends to kind of cognitively, bring his own adventure to life, especially when he's alone. It's something he's quite used to doing. And he as he's kind of going, his mind is thinking,
Even though I'm quite large, man, I think I'm actually quite light on my feet.
as he's prancing through these brushes and making no noise whatsoever. He's very impressed with himself for how quiet and visible he's being. And he's gonna settle into the bushes.
I think these plants, they smell nice too. I wonder, my teammates doing okay.
And he's gonna sit down in the bushes when he gets to that particular place, and that's that.
All right.
It's actually a vanilla bush with like beautiful white flowers all around.
Wow.
Just breathe it in. It's calming to you.
Very nice. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely having a very spa-like moment. Yeah.
All right then, Professor Stabs.
Okay.
Good reaction.
All right. So I saw my person in the corner there, and then I didn't see them, and I'm like, that's a good idea. So I would like to cast Fuck This at second level again, please, aka invisibility.
Easily.
This is a first. This is the first time we've had an entire team be invisible.
Yes. Now we will be playing a game of hide and go seek.
All right. Now that I have veiled myself in the shadows, I would like to run. Let me see how far away I can get from the danger.
My brave winners.
This was a mistake on your part. I don't want to be here.
Let me get you a ruler. You can go.
Marco Stabbo.
All right.
So depending on which direction you want to go.
I'm gonna go here for the first 30,
Okay.
and then for my bonus action, I would like to use cutting action to dash again,
Yeah.
run again, to run further. That's perfect where you had it before.
Okay.
I am running to the ducks.
Okay. To the ducks.
Go.
I am not above strapping ducks onto my body.
Oh. Is he gonna use the ducks as a shield?
The Grandmaster say if anything happens to the ducks, whoever does it gets the wrath. I will put on a duck armor.
How many ducks are you strapping to yourself?
I haven't made them. I haven't made it there yet. But I intend to put all the ducks on my body.
Just let him get there. Let him get there.
We'll see what happens.
All right.
Run all you want, little man. It won't save you.
I hope that you are wrong.
Do I hear where he's yelling from?
Make a perception check.
You shouldn't have
Wonderful.
yelled.
I
Never
don't
answer
make good
them.
decisions.
It's a big arena.
It echoes all around. You have no clue. If anything, that voice could even be coming from inside your head.
Yeah, it echoes around you. You saw him over here. You may be able to discern that he's moved off of this area, but you wouldn't
Can I
really know
roll a stealth
specifically.
check?
Yeah, you can roll a stealth check, sure.
Okie dokie. I really hope this does. Oh, do I roll it with advantage?
Yeah, you're invisible.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeet. And then secondary yeet.
Engage secondary.
Oh. Yeah, 29 will do
Jesus
it. You
Christ.
are super sneaky. You're very good at this.
I do not want to die.
You're really good at checking out of here.
All right. Luckily, you too remain silent on your feet as you walk across this, not giving any indication of footprints yet. All right, McSwiggins.
Okay, I am definitely still feeling the mushrooms from last time because there were people here, and now there's not people here, and there's ducks, and I'm...
Don't worry about the ducks. Just find the people and kill them.
Okay. Shh. I have an idea. And he's just gonna sort of like take a few steps forward. Marco! Fuck, that usually works.
Roll
Can I roll a wisdom?
Yeah,
check to
roll a
see if I get
roll a
in?
persuasion check, McSwiggins. Roll a persuasion.
versus-
Yeah.
your wisdom.
Okay. Wait, I don't think I'm doing this right. Do I click the B?
Click the red B on D&D Beyond. I
keeps
think you gotta
bringing
connect
up-
it. So on Foundry, you would have had to click that
shoot.
red B that was pinned in the, the.
Oh, no.
Or you can roll it
Make
manually.
you do it twice.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Uh,
Okay.
You're good. You can double click on your token too and roll it right from that sheet as well.
Can I?
Yeah,
I'll
if
do
you
that
want.
then, just so we're not holding this up.
We'll allow it this
nope,
time.
that's the wrong one. Persuasion. I'm drunk. I'm not. I promise.
All right, 13 on the persuasion. Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight there, or a wisdom save, whichever one you wanted to do.
I'll do an insight.
Okay.
It's not much better for me. Yeet! Wow.
Damn it.
Why wouldn't
Give me
this
a 13.
Unreal.
Yes.
I guess it's not gonna work. Okay. All right. Hear me, Jameson, Johnny, and Jack. I forget the rest of it. We're on the attack. Get angry. And I'm gonna pop a rage. and I'm just gonna start running forward. And can I ready an action if I get stabbed by an invisible small man? I'd like to fucking hit him with my axe, please.
Yeah, you can hold your action to attack any any hostile creatures if you'd
Awesome.
like. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else? All right.
That's all I got.
End of the round, Grandmaster.
Excellent, excellent. You know I need a roll from you first.
Oh,
Oh, 3.
wow, okay.
Obviously, you suck
We're
at
starting
this.
slow. We're gonna ease our way into it. Nice,
Immediately,
nice
Doug
and
the
easy.
pug hops up with his squishy
Oh, God, fucking Doug
D20
again.
in mouth.
Fuck this guy.
Clearly, he's been chewing on it a while and tosses it out.
Piece of
Doug will roll a 14.
He's a piece of shit. Stupid fucking
Almost
dog.
a 20.
The dog is better. Now, let's work our way up from the list. Let's see here. We had McSwiggins roll last time. Professor Stabs, you are second at the bottom of initiative. Let's have you also roll a D20 to see what chaotic event will be summoned for the start of round 2.
I don't like this.
5. A 5, a 5, a 5.
It's 5. Everybody gets to go home, and the friends we made along the way were the murders that we did.
Oh yeah,
It is
totally.
Not quite.
Okay.
For this next round, as you look at your weapons, poof, a small cloud surrounds it and it is replaced with a big, fluffy pillow. This is your pillow that you sleep with day in and day out. This is your go-to pillow. Pillows are a +8 to hit and will deal 1d4 of fluffy damage. So unfortunately, rage does not negate or is resistant to fluffy damage, as it turns out.
Shit.
Now, before we
My
begin, I
one
would like to hear
weakness.
from each of you what your fluffy pillow looks like.
Pillow's my only weakness.
Please describe it. Thornabub, we'll start with you.
My fluffy pillow is made of red silk and covered in the blood of my enemies. And
Oh.
a few other fluids.
Oh,
You had a nice aroma to breathe in at night.
I don't like the way you said fluids.
What's wrong with the way I say fluids?
Flinry,
Nothing said.
let's hear from you.
So this is a bit interesting. Flinnery doesn't actually carry any weapons, so he's a pugilist. So his hands just turned into pillows, I guess, small ones. And he didn't really realize that was gonna happen. So he was kind of like playing with the flour, the vanilla flour, and about to snow. And then he just has 2 small pillows, and it
What? I don't think I expected anything like this to be happening today.
and he kind of like paints one side of his face with one and the other.
They're actually quite soft.
And he's realizing that because he was holding the flower, now the 2 pillows smell like the vanilla plant. So he's sitting in the bush, and he's still kind of almost oblivious to the chaos that's happening around him, and the fact that his hands don't exist anymore. And
You know, I think that because they smell nice and because they feel nice, this may actually be an improvement overall.
and he's gonna very contently fold them and continue to sit in the bushes
Comfortably. Perfect.
comfortably.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. McSwiggins. And then we'll hear from Professor Stabs.
My packed weapon. No. That might be a problem. Holding in his hands, weirdly enough, McSwiggins like doesn't sleep with a pillow. He just sort of like drinks himself into a stupor, and then just passes out wherever. But he did cop one of the couch cushions from the Arbiter's new couch.
Perfect. Perfect.
So, yeah.
Yep.
It's that
Mine
itchy
now.
corduroy with tassels all along the side that gets snagged on anything and everything.
This will be a bit awkward to clean the blood out of, but not my pillow, not my problem.
It's fair.
Very good. Professor Stabs, where do you lay your head?
So this is also a little strange for me, as well as I also don't carry weapons. I'm a psychic blade, So I'm imagining where he usually thinks about his blades. He's now uncontrollably thinking about his pillow. Like, man, the embroidery on that pillow is so sick. It says stabs in and out of the labs in really nice sequins. And he's like obsessing over the thread count. It's so many threads. It's so comfortable. I want to go home. Why am I here? I hate this.
All right. Let's not dwell on this. Let's begin round 2 with your pillows.
Brain pillow.
Thornabub.
Oh, don't lose them.
I will fly down next to my teammate. Apparently, they're playing games with us now. We have pillows. Let me see yours.
There you go. It's from that couch
I
before.
reach out
It's
and
pretty
touch
cool,
it.
right?
Yes, but let us make it a little bit more deadly. And I reach out and touch your pillow and cast Holy Weapon on it as a bonus action. Your pillow is now a holy weapon of the 9 hells. It will now deal an extra 2d8 radiant damage on hit.
Oh, shit. That's sick.
Oh, shit.
Thank you, Satan. In my
You're
darkest
welcome.
moments, you've always been there for me.
I know. I give him a pat on the back, and then I just ready an action to bludgeon anyone with my pillow if I see them.
All right. Thornabub's turn. Flenry. Pillow fists in the jungle.
Pillow fist in the jungle. So Flenry is now going to kind of start to kind of see through the brush, kind of like a shadowy shimmer, a bit like when we were playing Halo 2 and somebody picked up active camo.
Yep.
And yeah, I think because of his own attunement to invisibility, he
I think that's maybe the small man.
and so he's gonna slowly, while still invisible, make his way over to homeboy here, and hopefully it's not sneaking up behind him. But when he gets to the shimmer, he's just gonna kind of like very slowly reach out a little index. Well, I guess he doesn't have an index finger. He's gonna reach out a tiny pillow, and he's just gonna slowly kind of like knock on.
That's terrifying and comforting.
Just a little feather.
Yeah.
Just on the tip of your nose.
Excuse me. Is it are you?
Yeah.
Is it?
Hello?
Oh, I found you. Oh, that's
Yes.
lovely.
You
Okay,
haven't
so we
attacked
were-
me, so I guess we're friends then?
Right. So we
hear
were
that?
far apart, and now we're actually quite close. So I think what we could probably do is we can go and we can start to get them.
So Flenry's going to at this point see the kind of oblivious duo, looking like they are. Let's see. Perfect. Okay. And so what he's gonna do is he's gonna go ahead and cast Silence in a 20-foot radius around the two opponents.
Well, that's not what
Do
I
you
wanted.
I'm sorry, what are you saying?
Okay.
You louder.
You cast silence right on top of them.
Yep.
All right.
And so now, and then we'll go ahead and I'll just talk to my.
So actually, this works out quite perfectly because they actually can't hear a thing. Not even if you were to throw a rock or shout or yell at the top of your bloody lungs.
I have that spell too.
No, hold on a
It's
second.
really good for stabbing in a crowd.
Which
Right, so what we're gonna do is, soon we will gather our thoughts here, and then we'll just kind of go in there, still invisible, and give him a little 1-2. Right.
Flenry, did you cast with your Cloak of Shadows, correct?
Yeah.
When you cast another spell, your invisibility drops.
Oh, I was assuming that was a different thing.
No, that is when you cast another spell, just as a reference there.
Oh, until you cast a spell. Got
Yes.
it. Okay, so my apologies. Perhaps that
you're
would
good.
be less than an intelligent play, standing directly in front of where they are looking currently.
You do what you want to do.
You both don't need to have
Well,
brains. It's
I-
okay.
I appreciate the clarity, but while both of my hands are made of cotton balls, I feel like maybe there's a slight advantage to remaining unseen. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and ditch the silence for right now.
Okay.
And
We rewind time. None of you know what
chill here.
happened.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
I think I heard something.
Pornography
Maybe
sounds like
we'll just chill. Me and Homeboy can chill right here.
Honestly, I thought it
probably
was
good.
just the voices.
Okay. All right then. Chilling, holding off on that silence. Professor Stabs. What'd you like to do?
Right. Okay. Oh well, now that I have my partner next to me, I would like to use my psionic ability called Psionic Whispers. And basically what that does is that it makes it so we can talk to each other through our minds for a number of hours equal to my psionic energy die. So I'm gonna roll that. So we can talk to each other mentally now for 7 hours. I'm
One
in
note.
your head for 7 hours, baby.
That's enough time for
This
one
matter
lecture.
will not last 7 hours as one note. So yeah, that's good.
That's great.
Also, this is not a spell, so it doesn't break my invisibility.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and move to the other side of them, so that when we do decide to attack, we can flank them.
Okay.
Oh, that's a great call.
As you move past them, go ahead and make me a stealth roll with advantage.
Yes.
And I
I
need
like when you say advantage.
I need both of you guys over here to make a perception check. Oh,
Never mind.
It is a nat 20!
Nat 20!
you guys can still make your perception to see if you hit a nat 20.
I think you're right. I think it might be the voices.
You are so sneaky, Professor Stabs. If you would like, you can sneak one duck as you make your way over. Just a quick little snatch if you want.
I would like very much to sneak a duck
Okay.
on my shoulder. And I would like to mention, since the duck is now equipment, technically, the duck becomes invisible as well.
Perfect. The duck goes very invisible. The mama duck has no idea. I need you to roll a D8 for me, though.
I don't love that you're asking me for this.
It's normal things.
I mean, they are the ducks of many things.
They are the ducks of many things.
How's a one do me? Am I fucked, Grandmaster?
You are not. In fact, as you snatched it, because you were so quick, I don't know, maybe you are fucked. Number one is the mama duck. So this ain't a little tiny duckling. You have grabbed mama duck, and she is very confused, but she will definitely fully cover the whole front of you. But she's oddly okay with it, I guess. We'll allow it. Now, if she is hit with this, she will emit fairy fire. So you will want to be very careful.
Yes,
If
that's
she is
the
attached to
opposite
you.
of what I want.
Yeah. Yeah. You are walking with a fairy fire bomb essentially attached to you.
I don't love that for me.
Yeah. So there you have it. But you sneak past your opponents.
All right. Can I attempt something very stupid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have.
Did you just ask me that with your mind? Because I would like to answer.
I am asking. You know what? Can we still see the Grandmaster?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you're in sight. Technically, I can psychic whisper you too. So I am asking both of you internally.
Okay.
Should I do something stupid?
Yes.
Oh my! Grandmaster.
I would like to, as I pass them, to just drop the mama duck right behind them.
Yes. Yes. This fairy fire will burn even brighter, and as you do, it will transform into a fireball. So, as you drop this, you are going to have to run a dex to see if you can escape this. You may be sneaky that you can get it close enough with the duck, but that does not mean that you will escape the damage as well.
Okay.
Honestly, I hear ducks more than you would think.
I would like to mention I do have evasion, so here we go.
The 14 is not enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm sorry.
Deck saves from us too, right?
Correct. But
brother.
with disadvantage because you do not know this duck is coming in.
Wait, where's he? He's putting the duck behind the Grandmaster or behind them?
Behind them.
Okay, just double checking.
Dropping the duck.
Okay, I was confused because of the Poppy over here. All right, yeah, make those deck saves. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I
one
could
for
swear I
McSwiggins.
heard a duck. I heard a duck somewhere around here.
Thornabub, with an 8, you will also not pass.
Wow.
I am resistant to fire, though.
It also
Okay.
somehow rolled Constitution, even though I clicked on Dex. Hello?
You know.
Ooh.
Let me roll our damage.
So I take half because of evasion, and I'm going to use what's the other thing called? Oh no, I'm forgetting my words.
Your hero point?
Uncanny dodge.
Uncanny dodge.
Uncanny
Take
dodge.
half
Okay.
from the rest.
Okay.
All right.
Uncanny
That is-
dodge, I don't believe works
Hey, no,
on
you know what?
area
You're right.
effectives.
You're right.
You're right.
Because
Good
it
call.
is.
Sorry.
It says
Don't
an
want to
attack.
rule lawyer, but
No,
No,
you go
that's
for
I'm
it.
a
perfect,
devil's
that's
advocate. So
Please roll wire all you need. They're invisible.
McSwiggins, with a nat 1, you're gonna take critical damage of 77 points.
Oh my!
Awesome. Just don't get the fight, I guess.
You might want to find some things
77 points of damage.
of all of this rolling that one.
Well, thanks for having me back on. This has been really sweet. Always
So
a
for
pleasure
Thornabub, it would
y'all.
be you.
29.
15.
Yeah, 29, 15 on
15
the.
because you're resistant. You're right.
15,
15 because you're resistant.
The fire just washes over me. No, I'm pretty sure I heard a duck. Now, is he visible?
I felt a duck.
Since it wasn't casting a spell, it doesn't break.
Does take damage, though.
He does,
It does
take
take
damage.
damage, so you will need
Right.
to roll a concentration check for us.
That is fair. Okay.
Your invisibility doesn't end when you take damage, does it?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
That is I rolled higher than the damage I took, so I should still be invisible.
Okay.
All right.
Yep. You are invisible, but go ahead and make me a perception check again. Both Thornabub and and McSwiggins, as this fireball kind of explodes, to see if you can see, the outline of a figure
No
in the fire.
disadvantage on this.
Yeah, just
It's pretty easy when there's a bit of a space between a fireball.
okay. He's still invisible, but you guys have a pretty good idea where the fuck he is, since the explosion just came right behind you.
There's some unscorched steps that lead out.
What the fuck?
You don't know who it is, but you do see the
got stuck.
footsteps.
All right. Ulfgar McSwiggins, it's finally your turn after taking 77 points of fire damage.
I just have a quick question. Are the baby ducks like in frenzy because their mother is well, I mean, now she's exploded. But is there anything we need to know about the trajectory or attitude or movement of the baby ducks?
They are completely unaware, rolling a 3. These baby ducklings, no
Okay.
clue what happened to mom.
Wow. That's unfortunate, but
No clue. No clue.
Just rolling a check to see if my holy weapon stays intact. It does.
We have a duck sanctuary. It'll be okay.
Is my pillow just like, it's not my packed weapon? Like, my weapon turned into a pillow or was replaced by it?
It is, well, poof. Currently, it is a pillow.
Okay.
But he did
Okay.
make it a spiritual weapon, so
Yes.
He did make it a
it'd be the D4 plus those
Holy weapon.
D8s. Yeah, holy weapon, yeah.
Technically unholy.
Unholy weapon, yeah.
Unholy.
Correct.
So it's a +8 to hit with your pillow if you would like to do that.
should the weapon be returned back to its original state, the holy weapon would also dissipate due to the fact that the original weapon was not what was turned.
Yes.
Awesome.
All right. All right, ghost duck. You're done haunting me. I'm a swing.
Quack! Quack! I'm gonna get sniped. Ghost
Does a
duck.
13 hit you, ghost duck?
I'm so sorry, it does not.
Okay, I guess I'll try again. Jesus fucking Lord.
Not gonna do it.
It does
All right.
not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm also apologizing. I'm a people person. It's one of the things that I'm working on.
People person.
People pleaser.
People person.
Homie, you just dropped like a nuclear duck on 2 people. You ain't a people person at all.
I didn't know the duck was gonna do that.
You know.
I guess I'll just die. No idea.
Don't give up.
No, let's see. No bonus actions.
No,
Okay.
no,
Any movement you want to do?
no.
Okay.
I think I'll just chill here.
Okay.
Very cool. Very cool.
All right, then. End of the round, Grandmaster.
Excellent. Those swords poof back, and you find your weapons back in your hands, or whatever your hands were
Or
beforehand.
just my hand.
Damn it!
Just your hands.
Why was I thinking about thread count so much?
You know. I also have to admit, I did forget that since the duck did die, there is punishment for this. I will say, since I don't want to damage my own team, Arbiter, I am going to leave this to you.
All
To
right.
exact an appropriate punishment for killing my duck.
If I have to.
I just put him down.
You know, Arbiter's going to stand up and he's going to stretch a little bit, get limber. He's going to pick up his metal folding chair he was sitting on. And he's going to flare his wings and just launch himself straight down at you.
Please don't do this.
Roll.
Oh,
Come on, hit him already!
I'm sorry,
All right.
the duck hurt me.
With a 22, he's going to come in with this chair. He just swing as hard as he can at you. Gonna do 3d6 of bludgeoning
Swinging
damage.
Flinches, thinking it's like coming at him.
11,
Good form!
11 points of bludgeoning damage as he smacks you with the metal chair, flies back
My
up,
body.
throws it back out, and sits down. And
Oh shit!
I needed that.
All right, put the chair down, sit back in it.
He did. All right.
There's a small
Now he's
dent. Your
visible,
chair will
right?
now always wobble. You can't have it on all fours now.
Disaster.
You will be uncomfortable.
Round number 3. All right, Thornabub, you are back up.
Is my
But-
opponent visible now that he's been hit with a chair?
No, but you
I have to roll
do
a
see where the chair hit.
concentration
He doesn't have to
Do
make a
we-
concentration.
Clearly see where the chair hit. And you know
I'm
what?
good.
Thornabub, let's go ahead and have you roll for our third chaotic event.
Wonderful.
Why not?
Just D20?
Yeah.
Yes, please. We'll times this one by 2. What are you giving us?
38.
Ooh,
19.
1938. Thank you for doing the math for me really quick.
A good vintage.
Let us see as I scroll down. 38. Okay. All right.
What is it?
Suddenly, as the three of you are all gathered here, and even you, Flinry, can hear, in this space, there is a loud cackling. Very large crows are nested high in this tree. As the three of you visible, well, or at least are clear where they are invading this crow's space where the nest is, they will begin to circle. As long as you are within 15 feet of this nest, the crows will continue at the start of each round to try to attack each of you that it can see. So at this point, it knows that you are there in the general space, Professor Stabs, but it cannot see you, so they are not going to attack you. Crows are intelligent, but not that intelligent.
What's the radius you said?
15.
15.
Actually, let me roll a perception for my crows. Maybe they can tell. I don't want to get you off that easy.
Grandmaster,
12, actually, no, they can. They do know where you are.
kindly, what the fuck?
Crows are very intuitive.
The crows they're very smart.
Very perceptive crows.
Gotta let these things happen. All right. They roll first, starting with you, Thornabub.
Okay. So I will.
The crows are attacking you real quick.
Does
Nope,
a 9
never mind.
hit you?
A 9 does not hit me, no.
All right. That one swoops down and misses. McSwiggins.
Good God.
Does a 10 hit you?
What the fuck? No, he just bats it away with an axe.
Grandmaster, don't do
my
this.
axe is back.
These are the crows. I'm sorry. Professor Stabs.
Here we go. I felt it in my
23
plums.
hit you.
I felt it in my plums. This was gonna happen.
Dive bomb.
I can't
They
hit
will
him.
do
but hurt.
11 points of piercing damage.
These
Oh my
crows, these crows aren't fucking around.
Jeez.
Squawking, angry. All right, now you see this radius.
Oh,
Do keep your distance.
Do
All
they
right.
attack at disadvantage because of the invisibility by chance?
No, these crows knew where you were.
We gave them the perception.
These
chance on
crows
this.
know.
They know. Crows see things that we
Thornabub.
can't see with our eyes.
We are going to allow you to start your turn now.
You can
That's
finally
fine.
go.
Since the crows are attacking my enemy, is it safe to say I know where he is?
When that swoop hits, a small amount of blood is drawn.
Ow, my body.
Perfect.
Yeah, you got a pretty good idea.
I will fly 30 feet away, and then fly 30 feet at him as a dash to kind of get momentum on this. And because of my ability, because of my charger feat, I will rush out him and then gain a +5 bonus. Actually, a +5 bonus to the damage roll, but I'll just make a regular attack.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, God.
I swing and whip right over his head. All right, stand still.
No.
And I'm just going to be as intimidating as possible with that, which isn't very much.
Roll an
So-
intimidation.
Roll an intimidation check. Insight
I have
as a response,
-1
Professor Stabs.
because I'm a deal maker. So not intimidating at all. Stand still! My voice cracks. Stand still!
No.
Let's
Then you'll
let's
hit
do
me.
Is he?
that insight from you, Professor Stabs. A 4 is
Oh.
low, but
Okay, well, I am efficient at disappointing. So we tie.
You both gotta eye each other for a second, like flinching at each other.
No, you move. You move.
You're still standing there, right?
No, maybe not. Maybe you're standing here.
What is
Could
happening?
you please beat him to death?
Don't.
I'm trying. You do it.
are you trying to persuade them, Professor Stabs?
To not kill me? Yeah. Yeah, I'll give that a whirl. I don't want to
Inside
die.
counter, Thornabub.
I would say this persuasion is a disadvantage.
Yes, it will.
Okay.
It will be at disadvantage.
And what would I be rolling?
Insight counter.
Not very good.
Go for like 15.
Oh my gosh. 15 with Thornabub responding with a 14. It's not enough to fully convince you, but for a moment you are gonna hesitate for a hot second.
I mean, you think I'm a
Maybe
pretty
we
chill
can make a
dude.
deal, you and I.
Oh,
Me and
I
my
like
large
deals.
friend here don't kill you.
Oh.
And instead, you play dead and we kill your friend.
I mean, Flinry's probably not that far away. He probably
I don't care.
they don't know. They
can
don't know
probably
where
hear
he
it.
is, but he's
Maybe.
probably going. Gosh, I really hope he does it. Actually, I'm going to use my mind speak. I'm going to send him a little brain text here. But
You don't have to do that. I don't really want to do this all by myself. I think that might be a bit trickier than if we were to do it together.
Yeah, and I think they don't understand that the game isn't over until like both of us are dead. So even if I
Right.
play dead, then they would actually have to kill me.
I think that's probably true. Maybe you
I
should
read the
just
syllabus.
politely
I'm a
decline.
professor.
Right.
So I'm gonna reject that offer, but thank you very much for giving it to me. And I unfortunately have to stab.
Fine, McSwiggins bash his brains in.
I still don't see what you can't do.
He's right there!
Or am I?
Thornabub, anything else for your turn?
That's it. No, that's it.
Excellent. Flinry, it is yours. Begin.
okay, is it safe for me to assume at this point that both of them are looking at the general spot of where my teammate is?
Yeah, they're not
Yes.
looking at you.
Yes.
Which means that if I were to avoid the radius of these crows, I could attack McSwiggins from stealth.
Yes. You'd have advantage because you're invisible.
Okay, so we're gonna make our way downtown, walking fast around the crows radius, right up behind homeboy here,
Okay.
and we're going for the full on from stealth. We're gonna go with a flurry of blows.
Start with the
Or,
bonus
excuse me,
action.
I'm sorry. Unarmed strike. Unarmed strike. We'll start
Okay.
with the unarmed strike. And that's gonna be a 23 to hit.
You get advantage.
An advantage, so I mean, just in case. Oh, that's damage. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Or yeah, we'll take the 23.
23 for the
Yeah.
first hit.
That hits.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
McSwiggins, you're
so,
not on my team, but I do feel for you right now.
The damage for that first one is go ahead and be 12 bludgeoning.
So half for you.
Yep.
Yes, 6.
Okay. And then okay, and that goes again.
Yep.
You
Correct.
sit that one
Correct.
here. That's a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And we'll go ahead and hit damage for that one. Is going to be 6 bludgeoning damage.
So 3 for you.
Cool. And then bonus action, we'll do a flurry of blows.
Okay.
That's going to be 26 to hit. Cool. And we'll do
No, that one doesn't hit.
that one, doesn't it?
As it turns out,
As it turns out, 26
there's a
doesn't hit. Okay.
specific range, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. And then damage to that guy's going to be 12 bludgeoning.
Damn.
All right.
And
Another
we'll go for the
6.
second one. 13.
Woo.
That one actually doesn't hit.
There you go.
Alright, there you go.
Woo,
He
finally.
survives.
I'm finally a winner.
All right, then. Flutter, actions, bonus actions moved in there. You are no longer invisible. Professor Stabs.
I am so sorry. I am going to stab Miss Swiggins. He seems like a fine enough fellow.
Oh, come now. No, no, no. I don't want you to take the easy way out of this, Professor Stabs. Make them both suffer.
Okay.
Let them see.
Fine. Then I'll attack Satan. My only other option. Do I get an advantage because I'm invisible?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
He knows
Henry
where you're
is
at, but he can't
visibly
see your hands
confused.
moving.
Oh boy.
Attack who now?
Oh!
Good God, it's a nat 20. Ah.
I hate to tell you all, but my team is really good at rolling nat 20s. This has been the theme of all the tournament.
Okay.
There's a few things that are gonna happen. I'm sorry. I'm pumping Fury of the Small into this.
Okay.
I am also going to use a Bardic Inspiration to make this a defensive flourish,
Okay.
which is going to add 1d6 of damage to it, and whatever I roll on the d6 is also added to my AC until the next turn.
Okay, so what's your
Plan, good
total
plan.
damage you can possibly do here?
Oh, the how much total?
Yeah,
Okay, give me a
with all your bonuses, what's your total damage you could do?
All right, 1 second. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Plus 11, 95, plus 6, 41. And then the sneak attack damage.
Are you a math professor now? I'm sorry.
So
I'm
sneak attack's
carry the
24,
one.
24 max plus you're at 35 plus another d6,
Plus
41.
24. So the maximum amount of damage I could do is 65.
Okay, 65 plus your roll.
Good God.
Oh, plus I roll the actual damage?
Yes.
Oh. I'm sorry. Oh, wait, I didn't add Fury of the Small into it, so that's another plus 12.
Okay. Roll the damage.
So-
See where it goes.
Yeah. All right, so it's here we go for damage.
77 plus the roll.
So there's that, and then here's the D6 for the other bit of damage, and then the sneak attack damage as soon as I find it, which is right here.
It already rolled your sneak attack damage.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
You're good. So 11 plus
So it's
15,
77
26.
plus
67 or 77 plus 29.
yeah.
77 plus 29.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me
that's-
redo this. Okay,
that's
so Bardic
106
Inspiration,
damage.
your psychic damage, your psychic blade did it rolls a 1d6 plus 5, right?
Correct.
So that's 11. Your Bardic Inspiration adds a 1d6.
Yes.
So that is 17 total, and then your sneak attack adds 24. So
Then there's Fury of the Small, which adds another plus 12.
plus 41, so Fury of the Small is 12. So your max damage is 53. Unless I'm missing something.
So I did sneak attack damage, the weapon damage, the sneak attack, weapon,
Yeah.
Fury of the Small, and Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, so that's
This is
24
like
plus
a video
6.
game, like it's still rendering the hit as this is all happening.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Just
12.
coming in at slow motion
Plus
as all the
11.
equations just
So
Yeah.
so it's 53, not
plus signs,
77,
divide
plus
signs,
17,
all
plus
coming at you.
Gotcha.
3, plus
I suck at
26.
math.
You're good. So that's 99 points of damage that you do on this hit.
Immediately down. What the fuck? And I fall backwards onto the ground, bloody.
Satan?
I'm a professor of doing this.
Oh my god.
He falls down to the ground as you stab him. All right. Was that the end of your turn, or are you going to stab McSwiggins too?
I will use my bonus attack, my bonus action to do another attack. It does a D4 instead of a D6 this time, though.
Okay.
And it does a 16 hit?
Yeah.
Oh, okie dokie. Just do the damage. Forget the sneak attack. It's just 9 points of damage.
Okay.
Ah! like you see his goblet teeth appear. I want to go.
I mean, I'm proud of you, but just seeing the massacre that her team has left, the Grandmaster's jaw is dropped to the floor. McSwiggins, would you care to follow up this round?
McSwiggins, like, bloodied, like, broken, just beaten and damned, even. Just sort of looks up at the Grandmaster and is like, is there supposed to be some sort of talking treasure chest or some bullshit? Like, what the fuck? Is it the crows? Is it in the crows? Is it the duck? Just kill me.
As you say that, the Arbiter's gonna snap his fingers. Well, he is right. And just the box of chaos is gonna slam down right next to you on the field. Technically, there is a talking box. Yeah, so I think he's right.
Oh my god, he just sort of ignoring the two in front of him. I don't even see the other one, actually. So ignoring the guy and Dead Satan, I just knock on the box. Greg, are you in there? Greg, please.
It's Gerald. What the? You look like shit.
Jeffrey, I really am in a fucking pickle right now.
What do you want me
And
to
I'm
do
not
about
talking about a gherkin. I'm not even talking about dill, man. I really just... Please, you gotta fucking help.
What are you gonna give me?
Honestly, I don't know. You got any use for, like, actual Satan's corpse? I feel like you could get it stuffed. If you have a mantelpiece in there, I don't fucking know, man.
I mean, I have a couple of corpses already, but I could use another. Gonna complete my set.
Like literally Satan, like Beelzebub, Lucifer. I'm talking about like the handsome guy on Fox, or TNT. I don't even remember.
As I'm bleeding out on the ground, I'm like, do it. Do it.
It's on Netflix now, by the way.
He's fucking asking for it. What? Sorry, what?
The Saint Show. It's on Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix. Oh, you gotta have Netflix in there, right, man? He's so fucking hot. Like,
okay.
Please.
At this point, Flinry watching all this unfold, it's just gonna kind of just note to himself,
This is so drastically different from the adventures we've been on. That led me here.
That's fair.
All right. Are you going to throw Thornabub into the box?
Yeah, I think I'll just sort of like gently elbow Professor Stabs. Just, excuse me.
Oh, no, you're good. I'm real sorry about this.
It's all right, man. All's well that ends in hell, and whatever the saying goes.
Okay. You throw him in the box. That lid shuts. Roll me two D10s.
Yes.
Sure.
Two of
For
them.
sacrificing your teammate's body.
2 whole D10s.
Mm-hmm.
A 3 and an 8.
Okay.
So
Go ahead and make a D100 roll.
Ooh, 54.
54. All right, let's see what this is.
You will read, and you will get something maybe helpful. Hopefully helpful. Maybe it's a health potion.
Please, for the love of God.
Maybe your teammate.
Hold on. Roll me a 1d6.
Sure, man.
Just keep rolling. Just keep rolling.
Okay.
A 4. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what this one is. Okay. I don't know what this is. I gotta look it up.
I will note,
a good
as
sign.
well, most of our players also note in chat as well, no hero points have been used yet. So all 4 are technically of sorts in play.
What in the?
I didn't think it would help. I got killed by a fucking duck.
You could have re-rolled something.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I could have
hit-
rerolled something.
You did have a hero point.
Oh my god.
All right.
Because all my other rolls have gone so well.
That's true. You haven't. Have you hit anyone yet?
I'm trying to.
Only myself in the pride.
Hold on. This is too good. I gotta look at this thing. So many things.
Something special may happen. It's okay. No
Okay.
regrets because you can't go back and undo it.
Okay. So he's gonna the box is gonna slam and it's gonna reopen. It's gonna rumble and flip open, and you are actually gonna get a weapon is gonna float to you. It can look whatever you want it to look like. You can replace your axe with it as it floats out. But this is a weapon of fate. It will add +3 to attack and damage rolls. It also
need
has. It also has. Roll me a 1d4.
Okay.
Okay, you will have 3 charges in this staff. It will allow you to add an extra d4 to any roll of a person who you expend a charge on. You can do that as a bonus action. You can grant d4,
Like it-
basically blesses.
Like it adds to the attack roll.
Yeah, to any roll.
Okay.
To any roll.
Oh, okay,
Check,
okay.
abilities, damage, whatever.
it.
Yep. If you if you expend all the charges, it's gonna break. Potentially.
Shatter.
Okay.
So,
All right.
+3 to hits, +3 to damage as well, plus your ability to expend those d4s as you see fit. All right, Grandmaster. Oh wait, you haven't attacked yet though. That's the free action for Box of Chaos.
Yeah.
This is really neat.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I
so nice.
appreciate
You
your
got a
help with the-
sword.
Yeah. It's cool. Sorry about this. And he's just gonna wind up and try really hard.
Please don't do this.
So it's +3.
Yeah, +3 to hit.
I'm
+3
gonna-
on top of
+3 on-
your a
On
bonus.
top of yours. Yeah. So if you have like a +7, it'd be a +10.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
bonus.
Cool.
That's why you
So-
desperately needed that addition.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying what everybody can
You're
see
doing.
here tonight.
He's
okay?
doing fine.
I can handle it.
You may not be able to see your opponents, but we can all see how poorly you've been rolling.
Okay.
Oh
right.
no!
Roll the
Nobody
hit.
can see it.
Let's do it.
It did, and it's not showing. There it is.
Oh, I see.
And then that's plus the 3, so 20.
So 10. It's showing. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Because
it
you
shows
rolled.
17 for me.
That was the D20 plus 10. So 17.
And who are you
Yeah,
attacking?
+3, so 20.
20.
Professor Stabs.
That is still going to miss because of my defensive flourish. I upped my AC by 6. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. You're good. I meant to also roll the bless. I forgot. I thought.
Oh,
I
there you
added
go.
it.
Tag
Okay.
that on. Tag that on.
23.
Yes, that shit. Yeah, that'll hit.
It hit.
Finally.
You did it. You actually hit someone.
You did it.
Wait, did
You're not even my teammate, but I'm happy for you.
It did 9.
No, it hit. It hit. Go ahead.
Unless I need to roll damage.
So 9 points of slashing damage
Okay.
plus your 3, so
9.
12.
Okay. Plus that. Plus I'm going Eldritch Smite.
Okay.
Please.
Eldritch Smite on there.
It's a 2.
Is it 2?
So 14.
I'm gonna uncanny dodge. and take half.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So 7 points of damage.
Yeah.
McSwiggins may be alive, but his spirit is dead.
He's just crushed. He's crushed beneath the weight of his dreams. All right. Are you gonna do any more attacks for you? You just have the one swing.
Gonna try, I guess.
Okay.
Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still
Does
here.
Uncanny Dodge move you? Oh, okay. I couldn't
No, I'm still
remember.
here.
You're good. You're good.
Okay. Here I go. +3.
So that'll be 18.
No, I'm sorry.
With a 4, you could tie.
You rolled a bunch of 5s. How do you so bad at this?
Misses by 1.
I'm gonna use my hero point.
Go for it. What do you want to do with it?
Reroll.
Yeah.
Actually, what are? Excuse me. What are my options? Because at this point, I'll fucking take anything.
Your imagination
I would
is the
recommend
limit.
doing it as an action surge,
Okay.
so then you will get your 2 attacks.
Okay. Yes, I would like to do that.
That is the only time I'm helping you. You're not even on my team.
Grandmaster, what the fuck?
I'm sorry.
I would like to.
Hey,
You're gonna
Oh,
win
give me
fair
a
and
fucking
square,
break.
okay?
Grandmaster literally forced you to attack somebody else. Now he's giving this dude all the options he's got.
I'm a bit confused. I thought we were
Fucking
supposed to be
Christ!
fighting.
I quit. I quit.
Oh my god, bro.
Nat one.
How are you?
What is happening?
Terribly.
Why is it like this? Why?
I hate it here. Roll again.
Roll it again.
Oh my god.
Okay, a 26 will hit.
You son of a bitch.
One finally hits.
Okay, 21 points of damage coming on this next hit, unless you're adding smite.
Just gonna smite.
Okay.
It's a what?
Oh
22 points of damage.
The good news is that he can't uncanny dodge it.
no! I can't.
That's right. That's right.
Fucking test.
You did 1 point of smite.
McSwiggins swan dives into the fucking box. I don't know.
Okay, McSwiggins diving into the box himself. You both can take an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll take it.
Okay.
You can take an
I'll,
opportunity if you want.
If you want.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Oh, will you? Oh, will you take one?
Yeah, I'll grab it. I'll grab it real quick.
Sorty.
Yeah, Flinry, sees him and reaches out at the ankles that are now in the air due to the swan dive to try to grab the ankles of.
You can go for. You can go for a hit. You can't grab him.
I can't grab him.
Yeah, go for a hit. 22 will hit. Roll the damage.
Just cut my life into pieces.
You rolled the 22. The 22 will
This
hit.
is your last resort.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, that was stabs.
Okay, 22 will
You
hit.
know
13 will
suffocation.
not.
Okay. So
So-
Flinry misses, whiffs the punch.
Yeah.
Stabs. You can take a quick stab at him.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna add. I'm gonna add my. Ooh. I'm just gonna add my blade flourish to this for extra damage.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's no problem.
Chat says that Flinry's probably asleep in the grass. I actually like that better. Flinry never even bothered to try to attack. He's currently having a nap.
All right. That'll be.
Pretending your hands were pillows again.
Yeah, pretending.
They smell so
All right.
awful.
You'll take
They do
19.
smell
So you'll
vanilla.
take the better half with your
Yeah.
rage, so 10. As you dive into that box and
Wait.
disappear as well.
I don't think your rage halves my blade because it's psychic damage.
Oh.
Ooh, good call. All right. And in Kitty case, he dives into the box.
Okay.
It
let's-
will kill me if I don't Tomb of Levistus.
Let's
Just
take a little
as
break.
I dive into the box, I just fucking encase myself in beer.
Hey, everyone, let's just calm down for a hot second. We're gonna take a 10-minute break. Way after than I thought we would. This round went
was
so
fucked.
much longer. Let's just take a breather. Let's take a breather. We'll come back. We'll see how everyone's feeling. We'll see you all soon.
Allow me to offer my congratulations, Grandmaster.
All right, we will see you in 10 minutes.
Is your dog ready to find love? Well, finally, there is a website just for them at dogsonly.woof. Bow wow.
Care for the capybara.
I walk over to him,
Okay.
and I'm tired of watching this. And I slice his throat. And you die with honor. And I keep sawing for a little bit, just so I get the head out. And I hold the head up above.
Blood everywhere.
For you! For you!
Nice dice daddy. Good roll, dice daddy. That's it, dice daddy. Don't be shy. Get in there. Thanks, Dice Daddy. Dice Daddy.
Far beyond the comforts of home, past the dimly lit taverns, the gently swaying fields, the tallest snow-clad mountain peaks, and above even the golden horizon itself, lies a dark void outside of all space and time. If you're lucky, the dread fortress will call to you, drawing you out of the darkness and into the halls of the Grandmaster, Elucia Skypiercer. Though retired from battle, the Grandmaster yearns for the days of glory and bloodshed. She has tasked the Arbiter, her servant in all things, to curate a spectacle, a series of games to commemorate her greatness and provide a momentary respite from the dull droning of boredom. Heroes, villains, monsters, and beasts of all shapes and sizes are ripped from time and their plane of existence to fight for survival in her arena. You, Acolyte, are called to bear witness to D20 Deathmatch.
Arbiter,
Yes, Grandmaster.
you get to jump in on this one.
I come in hot, white, glowing wings flared out. I've got the cheapest metal chair that you could possibly find. It's like I've got 10 or 20 years of repressed rage behind this chair. I'm rolling to hit with this chair. Oh, that's good. That's good. That'll hit. That's 16. All right, welcome back to D20 Deathmatch. Not looking good for Team Arbiter. As both his champions dive into this box, the Arbiter stands up, pounding his fists on the chair. What the fuck? No, this is not acceptable. As he snaps his fingers, and the entire arena just starts to rumble and shake as the ground beneath your feet begins to quake and tremble. You guys can feel this. And lava shoots up
No,
all
not
around
again.
you guys. as the box of chaos is still kind of here tumbling as well, but you guys get thrown. Make me a strength saving throw, both of you guys.
That is the thing that I am the worst at.
Okay.
Come on.
Perfect.
You know.
Yep, I rolled a 0.
Okay. Oh, now
Oh
one.
my gosh. An actual 0. The nat
It
1.
worked, everybody. I switched my dice with theirs.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yes.
You guys literally, both of you with 2 4s there, literally both get thrown back this way
Ow.
towards the temple. You're going to take half of that, actually. 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you kind of hit this these stone stairs.
So I just take off my 5.
Wondering,
Yeah, you take your
I am
10.
I am in an immense amount of pain.
It's fair. That's fair.
The Arbiter just so mad, just erupts this battlefield. The box of chaos, though, still standing there on the ground, the lid's still closed, begins to rumble and shake a bit. Inside the box, McSwiggins, Thornabub.
As Thornabub sort of drifts there in the box, yellow and pink flames swirling around him, suddenly we see for a moment a flash. Before the fight started, when I placed my hand on McSwiggins and I casted Death Ward on him, and then I also casted it on myself using my 2 4th level spell slots, we both suddenly, our eyes spring open. Ah, yes. Just as I planned. Listen here,
worked.
box! I'm going to tear you apart from the inside out unless you give me something good.
Wait, no,
What do you-
Jim is cool.
What are you giving? It's Gerald. What? That's not how this works.
I'm giving you your life.
Roll
I'm
an
inside you
roll an
now, and
intimidation.
I'm still alive. Sure.
That's hot.
Oh my gosh. You would have something like this up your sleeves. Are you wearing sleeves?
Okay, 18 versus a 7. Okay, hey, listen. Calm your tits, bud. I don't want any trouble. Okay, I'll give you. What do you want? What do you want?
The most powerful spell you have. Give it to me now.
I don't have a lot. I just have a. Okay, here. He's going to.
I will animate all your dead corpses and steal them from you.
No. I just got those. As he hands you a 9th level spell scroll.
Wonderful.
You know what's in it already. And just no
Now
hard.
spit us out,
Listen,
box.
no hard feelings. Listen. Just promise never to come back. He's actually the flames are gonna wrap up around you guys, and kind of bolster your vitality just a little bit as you both pop out of this box with a little bit of health and a 9th level spell
Freaking
scroll.
Death Ward.
He did use his hero point to cast that before, plus the spells. You guys just didn't know.
I actually did
All
ask
right.
like weeks ago whether I could do this. I was like, "Can I cast this before the fight? I'm not a team player." And he's like, "Yeah, okay."
Real sneaky.
This feels like when Vin Diesel showed up
Pretty
at the end of
sneaky,
Tokyo
sis.
Drift, and you're like, so that's what they were building to this whole time with that story. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what I
it.
thought it was.
The trap has been
I
laid.
didn't, I didn't think they were gonna die. It was just, an insurance policy. I need you all to re-roll the initiative though, as we find ourselves on the new map, kind of jumbled up here. Teed, you're never not gonna get bamboozled by the Arbiter. So, I'm not gonna let it happen.
You know how many times? You know how many times it's been?
Professor Stabs is just pointing at the box going, this is bullshit! I wanna go home!
What above your initiative of 4? Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. All right, Professor Stabs with a 25 initiative. Then McSwiggins with a 14, Flinnery with a 6, Thorn above with a 4. All right, Professor Stabs, it's on you. The new round number 1.
I suppose we just have to kill them again.
I would like to ask if something is possible with
Sure.
the hero point.
You may ask.
I'm pretty sure this is going to be a no.
Remember, he's
Sweaty.
asking for your team, Grandmaster. He's asking for your victory. Just before you answer right away, just something to consider here. Okay?
What are you asking for?
Can the rage of this moment give him the benefits of a long rest? It's worth asking!
A whole long rest?
It is
Are
a
you
hero
insane?
point. I mean, it's a hero point.
It's a hero point.
He said he has to be hero. I mean, these guys literally resurrected
They're back from the dead!
themselves.
Technically, they never died because of Death Ward.
It's true.
I'm not convinced you're gonna get a full long rest. Why? What are you thinking? How do you just asking for it?
Yes!
You didn't even have any reasoning. You're the professor.
Which component of this long rest are you trying to get the most? Is it health? Is it abilities?
I would like my Fury of the Small back, please.
Roll
And
it.
maybe can I cast an extra spell then instead?
Let's have him roll. We'll roll a D20. But here's the thing. If it is 10 and under, you will get nothing. If it is 15 to 10 or 11 to 15, you get to have the Fury of the Smalls. Actually, 18. 11 to 18, Fury of the Smalls. Only if you roll a 19 and 20 can you get a spell slot as well.
Oh, I don't want a spell slot. I want to be able to cast a spell and as a free action.
I'm gonna say
That's a
no
little
to that
much.
just because
That's
that's
a little
like
much.
No,
another
that's
action.
fair. I was just gonna cast Healing Word. Alrighty. Here we go.
All right.
Yeet.
Oh.
My luck is running dry.
Wow.
I'll give you a 1d4 of health though for trying your ass.
Yay! All right.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't
You
take.
don't take.
Oh, you do this. I'll take
Yeah,
yours.
yeah.
3.
I mean, I don't mind taking you.
You roll first. I will honor your roll. You get 3 health
shit.
points.
Okay. All right.
All
All right.
right.
Here we go. So first
I'll be
thing-
honest, that didn't feel very heroic to me. I don't
Talk the
All right.
dice.
I'm going to attack.
Yep.
It sounded like a question.
Who you asking?
I'm scared. I'm always scared.
They're about 50 feet from you right now.
Yes. I am going to throw my blade, and I would like to use sharpshooter.
Okay. You can use sharpshooter once per turn in our games. So yeah, but you go for it.
I can only attack once. Well, no, with the bonus action, I can attack again.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Yeet!
So that'd be 18 to hit.
Yes.
Who are you throwing it
That's
at?
I would like to throw it at the barbarian.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll hit.
He says,
The
eagerly
man with
full
no
of life.
ranged.
And would this give me my sneak attack because it is a ranged attack?
Do you have advantage or? I don't believe you
never
get.
mind.
I don't believe you get sneak attack on a range attack, unless you have something I don't know about.
No, I don't often play rogue, so please.
I think it's only if you have
I was like, give us
advantage
the
or if you
secrets
have
of a rogue.
an ally near
If
them.
you had an ally near me,
Yeah.
I think you
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just do the regular damage. Here we go.
Just the regular.
would. Since we're asking questions, could I have come out of the box in a rage?
Yes.
Thanks, Dad.
All right.
So that's gonna be 21 points of damage.
It's still psychic damage.
it's just
Your
7,
rage still
right?
won't help. Yeah.
It's sorry, no, you're right. It's
A man can
7
dream.
7 plus 10 because of the
Oh, plus 10 because of the sharpshooter. Yeah.
yeah,
So
so
17.
points of damage.
Okay.
The sharpshooter, would that be? Does that just add plus 10 to the psychic damage?
It was -5 on his attack roll and plus 10 to the damage.
Okay.
All right. Hits you for 17, McSwiggins.
Yep. Okay.
And then after that, I would like to, as a bonus action,
Sure you would.
McSwiggins cringes at that sound.
cast Healing Word.
Okay. Go ahead. Rob's just
gonna
like,
cast-
fuck my entire life.
I assume you're not casting it on McSwiggins.
No, absolutely not. He seems like a good enough guy, and I hate that we have to do this. I'm casting it at 2nd level.
Okay. Go ahead.
You may do so. Roll them dice. 11.
I gained back 11 hit points. And that's my turn.
All right. Who is next? McSwiggins, is it you?
It is McSwiggins.
God, I hope so.
You got this.
Oh, my guy is just invisible on my screen.
Really? How
That's
about
fine.
now?
You don't need
I
to
see my health bar.
Weird. I don't know how to fix that. Sorry.
If you can see the health bar, just you're right
McSwiggins,
above the
press
health bar.
F5. Try refreshing it.
Here, just let me do this.
Okay.
Let me try something real quick.
If you do
how's that?
refresh.
Yeah, you're back.
I was refreshing. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
How dare you? Don't forget to connect the bees again.
I'm not even convinced I did it the first time.
He's just rolling out of the Foundry.
Okay.
Okay.
The B icon in the browser toolbar. Okay, here I go.
It's like your second character's voice.
Yeah. It's my inner monologue. Fuck. I can't do anything at range.
You could try, just not as well.
Have you used
Just
your hero
take
point?
cover.
Yeah.
did
Yes.
to reroll.
You did.
Went
Okay, right.
Horribly wrong.
That's right. I
for
forgot.
me.
You do see a ton of rocks around you.
Oh boy, a ton of rocks. Okay.
Lava rocks.
Oh boy,
Sweltering but there's some pretty rocks.
You want to chuck some rocks?
I was just gonna run, pick up a rock, and beam it at fucking Stab's head.
Why is it just
Give me
me?
an insight to see how big of a rock you can find.
You're really gonna hit me with why is it just me? On this, the day of my fucking death.
You really shouldn't be running towards them. Oh, whatever.
Your rock will do 2d8 if it hits.
Grandmaster,
If it
whose side are
hits.
you on?
Okay.
The rules.
I'm just
So we are
used to
up on the spot.
All right.
What is stats for rock?
Well,
You just said 2d8. But
For the
you're
damage.
Go ahead and use your unarmed. Just your plus for that.
can I just use my strength because I'm fucking yoked?
Yeah, I think your unarmed uses your strength, doesn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you just said that. I'm a fool.
It's okay.
Chuck
Fools find
that
a
rock.
Place here.
Please don't.
Only fools rush in. I clicked it.
I think it's not connected again.
going.
Oh, there it goes. There
I
it goes.
see
There it is.
It's just late.
21.
21.
21. That'll hit, except I would like to use my reaction to cast Silvery Barbs to make you roll that at disadvantage. Don't hit me!
I'm on screen.
What does it sound like with McSwiggin screaming?
I'm gonna scream.
My dude.
It is a 13 to hit. You still have that weapon. You still have the what's it called again? The staff.
The Sword of Valor. Fate.
No, the
Fate of
one
Sword.
of fate. It adds a.
Thing. You can do a 1d4. Right?
You have a D4. Yeah, you could use a D4.
Oh, even if I'm not using the sword?
You can use its properties as a bonus action.
You too.
Yeah. And that's up to 3 times?
Yeah.
Which is
Okay,
already
you've done
one.
it. I think you've done it once, yeah.
I did it
Twice.
Yeah,
Twice. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So this will be your
Next time
third.
we'll break it.
Thank you for your honesty.
Yep.
Does a 15
15.
hit?
It does not.
Okay.
Okay. With the stat or with this axe,
What to do?
you need to roll a D20.
What's that?
Roll a D20.
Oh, right.
What?
It'll break.
What fresh bullshit is this?
All right, it's below a 9. It will break.
Okay.
So that axe breaks.
Fuck.
You do now have a ton of shards lying around you.
What
Is
the
it break?
fuck, Grandmaster?
I'm describing what happens. That's also my
Pick up the
job.
shards and
the
use
shards into his
those.
eyes.
Yeah, I'm gonna use those as my second attack. Because what else could go wrong?
Okay.
This will do piercing damage
Give
this
it-
time
give
instead
it
of
a try.
bludgeoning.
Sweet deal. A 26.
My body.
That'll hit.
Cool.
I'm sorry for describing the space like I'm supposed to.
All right, two D8s. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Dude, it's oh my god, that might be the most I've done all game.
11 points of
Think so.
piercing damage.
Can I
Taking away
add my
that healing.
rage, please?
Yes,
for the
you're
love-
raging, so plus 2, 13 total.
Okay.
Ooh.
All
The
right.
irony! I am now the one that is stabbed.
This will be
fitting.
great for your new thesis.
Mixed Wiggins, anything else for your turn?
I'm gonna hide behind a rock
Okay.
That's fair.
All right.
That's fair. That is
heroically.
still
Brave
15
Sir
foot.
Robin. He bravely ran away.
All right.
Yes.
Give you probably like half, 3/4 cover there, depending on where they're shooting from, if they're range attacking. But go ahead, Flinry, your turn.
Okay.
All right.
Henry,
You have 50 feet, so you could get
I got
right this
50
far.
feet so I could get over there. Okay, that's cool. Just out of curiosity, is the box interested in further transactions?
It is open for business.
It's closed for business. lunch break. McSwiggins draws a back in 30 minutes sign and puts it on the box.
Hangs it on the outside of the box.
The B is backwards somehow.
So that's a free action.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So can I do that before I move?
You have to get to the box to use it.
I can't throw my item into the box.
Oh, I mean, you can make a ranged attack roll to see if you're capable of making it into the box.
Yeah.
All right.
I think this is
Clever.
you're 50
What would
feet.
I roll with my short bow?
Are you shooting an arrow in? Is that what you're doing?
Sure.
If that's a sacrifice you're making, yeah, go ahead make a
No. I'll attach something to the arrow.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead make a bow attack then.
Okay. That's a 27.
Yeah, you're a good shot. You get that arrow with whatever you've attached to it right inside.
Okay, so what Flannery's attached to the arrow, and again, this is going to hark back to his journeys pursuing the Arbiter after the Grandmaster, but because Flannery is a traveler by nature, and he's never really had a home anywhere. He has written poetry for all of the chapters along his journey with his friends, both Lockett and Toddleheim, and some of these poems are kind of his way of almost journaling the chronicles of the things that he's seen and done on behalf of his journey and his friends and the Grandmaster. So what he's done is he's taken one of those poems and he's rolled it up around the shaft of the arrow, and he shot the poem into the box.
As the arrow lands, Gerald takes the paper off and slowly reads it. What the fuck is this, a Nicholas Sparks book?
That is poetry,
Roll.
and you will honor that as greatness.
Fine, whatever. Roll me a D10.
D10. Okay. All right.
And then a D100 after that.
Ooh, an 8. 99.
99.
99.
All right, this... Man, I don't even know what
Pretty
this
rare.
is going to be. Hold on.
Pretty
We
sweet.
gotta find something. Look to the list. What do they tell you?
Roll me a 1d6.
Okay.
My brand.
It's a 3.
All right, let me take a
with your
peek at this
special
real quick.
This is my favorite commercial.
I only think of the Mass Effect version.
Oh my god.
Okay. Interesting. So out of the box, it rumbles and shakes, and then the lid flips open. A column of fire just shoots up, and that fire actually bends over and slams right at your feet, Flannery. And it's in front of you, kind of floating there, is a book. This is a tome of clear thought. Basically, ignoring the time requirements, your intelligence score increases by 2. So that would be a... What are you going to?
Henry's a bit less of a dumbass than he was before he
So
shot
your
the arrow.
intelligence
Cool.
goes
Good.
to a 10.
Okay.
So you can change that to a 10 by clicking on that 8. That should give you... And then you also... Your maximum... I'm actually going to have you roll a 1d6.
1d6 is a 2.
Very good. I don't know if there was
is
a
it
bad
2?
number, but
Okay, I'm also going to give you +2 to your dexterity as well.
Great. All right, so I'm looking at the intelligence 8 here. I'm trying to figure out how to change that.
I just updated it for you. If you
You just
refresh,
updated it,
you
great.
should be able to see.
Okay,
That's not what
perfect.
I wanted to do.
the dex as well.
I'm updating the dex. It is good. So now your dex scores have, and your intelligence,
Great.
everything should be updated after you refresh.
Perfect.
Nice.
Okay, yeah,
Nice.
that's awesome.
So
All right,
that book kind of, it's just as you open it, just like it's like a just crammed amount of knowledge just floats through your brain.
Cool. Nice. I don't.
But he's not really sure that's going to help in the next few minutes here when he's going to plan on punching some people. But we're going to go and we'll wait and see what happens.
So what Flinger's going to do then is he's going to take a very elegantly light-footed hop, skip, and a jump right over to a very sad-looking friend.
listen, I know you can do this, but make an athletics as you jump
Okay.
over the river of lava.
Athletics or like acrobatics, because I think he's going to do a back handspring over the over the lava pit there.
Acrobatics is fantastic then.
Great. Cool. So as Flinnery does his acrobatics here, that's a 14.
That's enough. It's still a small little pathway here, so
Right.
you can make that with your
So he's gonna
backflip.
just flat flip right over, just kind of start.
Hello. I'm quite sorry about this.
And he's gonna go ahead and
It's a very
hit the
elegant jump.
Thank you so much.
He's gonna go ahead and do the inflict wounds here. That will be a 17 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And that is going to be 15 necrotic damage.
Oh, you're doing inflict wounds. Damn.
Yeah.
Now I encase myself in beer.
Okay. Are you using your
Mixed
reaction?
begins.
Yeah. I am using my reaction to Tomb of Lefs. Levistus.
Lestivus.
I give 50 temp HP.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As a reaction, he encases
encased in
himself.
ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he is now an ice statue in front of you.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives him, what was it? Plus
50 temp HP.
yes.
So you can
10
still
HP.
pound at this. You can pound at this ice because he's immobile inside of it. If you want, you're capable. The ice has at 50 HP.
The ice is 50 HP.
It does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose then as a bonus action, I will spend another key point to do a flurry of blows. Here.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Top that ice up. Then we can all have shaved ice at the end of this.
I assume that I still roll to hit on a stationary
Uh,
ice object?
no, it's gonna be.
Yeah. Technically,
Roll
so
to
just
hit,
to see
but-
if you roll nat 1,
Okay.
a nat 22.
He's
Sure, I mean,
incapacitated
how about
though,
it-
so it's gonna be critical
With
damage.
advantage.
Okay.
I believe.
So just the top, just max damage, whatever it would have been.
Yeah, I believe so. Yep.
Okay, so 1d8 plus 5, so 13.
Okay, 13. Yep. Okay, go ahead and roll the damage.
My armor class is 15. So 8 and 13, so 23.
8 and 13, 21. Yes.
21.
21 points of damage on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And are you going to take your second flurry of blow?
Yes.
Okay. This one will also be plus that 13.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, shit.
That's a very slippery ice statue.
It is.
It's hot.
It is.
It's starting to melt
Does
really
he get
quickly.
like that kid who licked the ice pole in
Right.
Christmas Story? It's just stuck.
I like that. Your tongue is stuck there. You can talk poorly, but you are going to attack at disadvantage because your tongue is literally stuck to it. For whatever reason, he just looked so refring
Right.
as he was
I had to
melting
just
before
get a
your
taste.
eyes.
It is made
You
of
thought
beer.
You would hydrate. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
I'll be honest, I didn't really expect this. But,
I can fix that for you, but I mean, the question is, how attached to your tongue are you?
well, I don't want to lose it, I don't think. So,
So the attack itself doesn't necessarily fail. I'm just attacking with disadvantage.
Your next
Well-
attack.
Well, I mean, your next attack's a
For this
disadvantage.
Next attack. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
It's gonna
I didn't know
miss
if we were
with
just gonna
that.
do- Okay.
That
gotcha.
one, yeah.
Yep.
As you slip in there and lick a little bit of ice. All right, then. Thorn or Bub?
Arbiter, where on the statue did my tongue end up? Just
Where did you want it to end up?
Yeah, we'll allow you to choose.
I can choose. Okay, so I don't know.
I don't think you want me choosing for you.
No, I don't think. I mean, okay. And this is a barbarian. How tall are you?
Like dwarf height.
Okay, so okay.
Like
Okay.
a
And I'm
a tall 5.
okay, I'm pretty tall. So
Yeah.
so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say that this ended up like almost on like the crown of your top of your head. So it almost looks like I'm trying to like consume the top of your skull.
Give me a little kiss.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we see what you were going for there. That totally makes sense.
do you know that your part is very straight, like and you combed your hair nicely? It's a very straight part. Yeah, that's good.
He is incapacitated in a block of ice just having to listen to this. Thorn above, it is now your turn.
Oh, well, I fly backwards as far as I can, and I pull out this spell scroll. You better not fail me. And I start reading the spell scroll, and I would like to target it on all of them, please.
Can it reach all of them? What's the radius?
The radius, I believe, is 40 feet, I think. Yes, 40-foot radius.
But how far back did he fly? Or doesn't it matter?
His 30 feet.
That's just the range is a mile. So the radius is 40.
Okay, great. A mile?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah,
So
thanks.
everything in there
I
can
hope
get
that
hit.
beer crystal holds. Actually, I don't care. And then I just start reading it.
Dang.
Yeah, friendly fire is on.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. All right.
Okay.
What do they have to do here?
Out of the ship next again.
It is a dexterity saving throw. And
Great.
since one of their tongues is stuck,
He would be a
can he make a
disadvantage.
dex save?
I don't. Oh god.
Roll a.
Okay. Hang on.
Okay.
Hang on. Before this 9th level scroll is finished being read with a mile range. I mean, Flinry's visible panic in his eyes as Satan flies away and pulls out a golden shimmering scroll is very obvious. And so he's shifting. His tongue is he's still stuck to the. He's looking. Okay, this is not good. He's just gonna basically start to dig around in his pants, and he's reached into his pocket.
Now is not the time to grab
he-
something.
And he's feeling around his pants. And he pulls out a
After
couple
you
pieces of
kiss
paper.
me, you're gonna dig around in your pants.
So yeah, man, it's gonna be great. And he pulls out a couple pieces of paper, a wooden spoon. Not really sure why that's in there. He's gonna eventually have a moment of epiphany and pull out a very small golden heroic looking coin.
Okay.
He's going to, with the grace and style that you've seen this entire night, just flick that off his thumb right up at the Grandmaster. It's going to be just a perfect catch right there. And that the ring that happens when his nail, ding, it's like the most beautiful sound anyone's ever heard. You know, it's a perfect ring from that coin. And Flinry would like to, in this very moment, use Bestial Shift. And at the same time, use the heat from his body and breath of that shift to instantly thaw his tongue and retreat back to his to a safer distance.
You can, with a hero point, you can shift and get off the ice, but you're not gonna be able to move 40 feet out of this distance.
Okay, we'll take it.
Had
We'll
counterspell in the back pocket.
But you won't have disadvantage on the save.
won't have disadvantage on the save. Okay,
So you'll be saved from disadvantage.
Yeah.
okay.
I would like to note that because of silvery barbs, I do have advantage on the save.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Make the saves.
Okay.
I believe the save DC is 19.
Oh no.
Was what?
I believe the spell save DC is 19.
Yes.
19.
I believe I do have advantage on dex saves.
You're incapacitated in your crystal.
You.
I can save.
Yeah, you go ahead and try. You roll if you want.
It's hot.
Frozen in an ice cube.
It's hot.
What kind of mind control do you have?
See,
All right.
with a 12, I get out of it, obviously.
Everyone fails.
Yep.
Okay.
Give her a go.
I will take half, however.
Oh my god.
Whew,
That is the fire damage.
57 points of fire.
This is the same nuke that I used, wasn't it?
No, this is Meteor Swarm.
This, did it go through?
Yeah,
think
it's
I might have
80
killed beyond 20.
88 is what
there
you
it goes.
just rolled.
That's the bludgeoning damage.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm dead.
I mean, that's it. Yeah.
That's a lot of
Are
pain.
you resistant to your beast form at all, Tej?
I just get plus 13 HP.
Plus 13 HP.
Yeah, which I already added as a temp.
Holy
So it's,
shit.
yeah, I mean, I'm bug splatter on the windshield, man.
Yeah, pretty much say.
And you're taking half, which will be, yeah, that's more than you got.
Yeah.
100.
points of damage.
145 points of damage. You rolled an insane amount of damage on that bludgeoning damage. Holy fuck.
I'll take that death save now.
Oh yeah, you're fucked too. Holy shit.
I would like to action surge after I cast that.
Yeah, go ahead. It
I
is your
action
turn.
surge, and I will cast in the area Cloud Kill. Just to make sure nothing stays alive.
What the hell is Cloud Kill? I don't even know that spell.
Hold on one second. Did I make that up? Did I? Spells. Yeah, Cloud Kill.
No,
Cloud
I'm not arguing. I just don't know what it is.
It's written in
yeah,
crayon.
that is fifth level spell, 5d8 poison damage, I believe. And everybody makes con saving throws.
Range. It's a 20-foot radius.
20-foot radius. Yeah, let's see. So that would be 20 foot. I'm not too worried about Professor Stabby getting up. I am very worried about Flinnery getting up. And I don't really care about my teammates, so I'm just
Hey,
like...
I still got a leg in this race, all right? I'm still living.
I don't want to risk it.
I write poetry and smell flowers. What do you like?
They hurt us really bad, and Flinnery looks like a professional. So just to make sure, I just cast that afterwards, just like, please stay dead.
I'm immune to poison. If that makes any difference.
That helps.
Yes.
That actually helps.
That helps a lot.
You kill McSwiggins. Well, McSwiggins has got
And
2
then-
fails on the death saves.
As my bonus action, I just roll my what's it called? Second wind.
Okay. Roll your second win.
Just because I'm honestly that scared of these guys getting back up again.
Okay. So, McSwiggins, you have 2 failed death saves right now. You can feel free to roll your third if you'd like, or you can wait a minute. That's up to you. Flinnery, you are down for the count as well. So is Professor Stabs. Each of you get 1 set of death saves between the 2 of you. You guys
Which one?
Which one's gonna take them? Which dies outright,
you
and
have
which
a-
has a chance to get back up?
Do you have a heal?
No.
I've got heals.
Then you should probably
Okay.
fight on.
We'll have the
Alright.
chance to.
Okay,
Please roll well.
Flinnery, describe this. Describe your death here as you're not making death saves.
I wouldn't have the chance to heal him to bring him back up.
He does fall. He gets the chance to
Oh.
describe his fall.
Gotcha.
You can
sorry.
still bring him up once he
Well,
collapses.
he's gonna be dead because
I'm dead
Stabs
because
is taking
I'm-
the saves.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
And
I'm sorry.
because we both dead the damage completely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's take the clock back 6 seconds here. And
I'm sorry, are you a time wizard now? Hold on here.
no, for the sake of the narrative, please. I can only describe my down if it gets to be in the glorious detail of the start to finish here, okay?
Yeah.
It's not really much fun to describe a pile of ashes, Grandmaster. Okay?
Fair.
It's not nearly as much narrative impact.
Apologies.
I don't know. Tell that to Orin.
Out my description.
Oh, no! Okay. Speaking of, he's gonna play a role in this too. Here we go. Let's everybody just let's go on a narrative journey together, shall we? So the moment that Thornabub, raises his hands and from the skies open and this shower of flaming meteors starts to come down. Flinnery, having just been unable to plan out a route of escape to dodge this impending doom, will simply revert to his human form, and in doing so, he doesn't look at any of his opponents or his teammate. He simply looks ahead of him at nothing, and in his hands that he holds out in front of him, he imagines his pen and his paper and his time with Toddleheim and Lockett, and the two of them are in his field of vision, almost spiritually, and in that same moment, from kind of almost like righteous anime style, from behind in the heavens, the Orin himself reaches down and holds Flinry's shoulders, from behind, and in a very comforting way, and even though he's this giant bear, kind of just says, it's okay, and you're gonna come home now. Your journey is done. That home you've been searching for this whole time, that home you never had, is here, and it's time to go there. And Flinry will close his eyes, and with his last breaths as the meteors collide with the earth, just smile and say,
home. I think I like that.
And then that'll be that.
All right.
Damn it. That was good.
Professor Stabs. McSwiggins, would you like to make your save now or in a minute?
No, you can
Okay.
do Professor Stabs. That's cool.
Professor Stabs. We're going to speed this up because your teammate's down. McSwiggins is down. All that's left is Thornabub. So I need you. We're going to make all your death saves right here.
We'll have you roll 2, then McSwiggins.
1 success.
Come on. Yes. Okay,
2
put a pause on that.
successes.
McSwiggins, I'm going to have you roll yours.
So I'm actually gonna look over to the ice melting as the meteors fall to the earth. Look over to the distant figure of my teammate and say, well, this wouldn't be the first time I'm outclassed. It feels like it might be the last one, unless I wake up in another hell. Who knows? Maybe
If you
there's
do, I'll
plungers
probably
again.
be there.
I think we only get one of these, so it's on you. If you go down, it's there for you. And if not, just remember my name. And he's just gonna take one last sip and just lay down and watch the meteors fall. I don't want to take up the death save. I would like to give it to my teammate.
Okay.
That's so thoughtful of you, McWackles. I'll never
Thank you.
forget you.
Thank you.
All right, then. Professor Stabs, you have 2 successes, no failures. Go ahead and roll another death save.
Oh,
2 and 1. Keep going.
come on.
Is anybody still alive out there? Like
Oh,
surveying,
come
not
on.
sure.
2 successes, 2
I think they're
failures.
Come on.
All dead. They're all dead, right?
Come on.
I die. I think it's Professor Stab's turn to die. He starts to get up and rouse himself up, but the connection to Flinry is still there. And I think he only knew this guy for a little bit, but they were in the heat of battle together, and he felt that moment of relief from his partner. And Stabs is good at fighting, but he doesn't like it. And I think when he feels that connection start to slip, Flinry, you just hear, "You mind if I come with you?" And then he just,
As Professor Stabs falls down to the ground as well, dead. The Arbiter stands up to be clapping his hands. Thornabub, you son of a bitch! That's what I'm talking
You know what's
about!
funny? I could have healed all those guys, and I didn't.
He's a trickster. This guy's a trickster, you see? Oh, fantastic. Grandmaster, this one's gonna go in my direction.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Well,
That will then wrap up this battle of round 3. Grandmaster will look down at Thornabub. You did fine. You did fine. You get to leave and walk out of this place. Go
I'm
talk
like
to your daughter or something.
I'm carving off beer from McSwiggins, and I'm just like making a slushy out of it. Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Ah,
Speaking of my daughter, does she want a rematch yet?
we'll see.
Grand-
We'll see. At this moment, we need to determine first the fate of the arena. This crown that I wear, it is up for contention. That means for you all, in terms of battle, the Grandmaster has 2 wins and the Arbiter has 1. You all in chat get to vote. Please do so quickly. We are going to leave this up for 2 minutes. Vote quickly. As we are allowing you this time, the Arbiter, who will not cheat, will bring up the results of our last 2 battles to announce which team will earn an additional point from the love of acolytes. Please vote wisely.
I have to find the document.
That would help, yes. Find your document.
I'm looking for it. It's not in here.
You will need to go to the drive.
Just give me a second. It's in the drive. I just gotta find it.
It is there.
I don't see it for number 3.
The results won't be there yet. You'll find them for the first 2.
I got it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. Very well. Are we ready for the results? The acolytes voted for round number 1. This was Glub Glub and Rosamond versus Veronica and Toddleheim. With a 59.3% of the vote. Glub Glub and Rosamond for the Arbiter. We are 2-2. In week number 2, battle for the crown round 2, Silky Slim versus Baron Voltage. And Cosmonius and Locket. With 75% of the vote. Cosmonius and Locket for the Grandmaster. Yeah. It is 3-2. This final week's voting will be decisive one way or the other.
All right. We will give you your last 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. You refresh it one more time just to make sure. All right. At the end of round number 3, it is Flinry and Professor Stabs.
Yes!
The Grandmaster.
Entertained?
We went out in a blaze of glory. I'm dead.
Okay, wait. Let me just get this one real quick. So with that announcement, up at the Grandmaster's chair, like at the end of Return of the Jedi, when the Jedi ghosts are all standing there, there's me and Professor Stabs in like robes that we weren't wearing before, but like we have them now, you know? And we're just like standing next to the chair of the Grandmaster, just hands folded neatly in front of us, just smiling, like, as yes, all is right in the universe. And everyone's thinking, where did they get robes? Why are they ghosts? It doesn't really matter. It's just kind of, it's all part of it.
We all know my robe is dirty.
Your robe's dirty. It's okay.
All right.
Thank you to our acolytes, to my champions, and Arbiter. I'll even thank you.
Break, buddy.
Is right. I do honestly have to thank you because I've missed this. This had some real consequences at hand. Honestly, I thought you were getting soft, absolutely weak. It had taken you a lot longer to rebel than I thought. Honestly, I thought you lost your spirit. Totally weak. And here we are at the end of the Battle of the Crown. And it looks like I'll be keeping this on my head.
Fine. A wager's a wager. So I will abide by our terms, but I'm keeping the fucking waterbed.
I'll do you one better. You can keep your waterbed and that hideous couch. And I'm going to move you down to the dungeon. You will stay with us, but not in the same capacity. But we'll talk more about that when season 3 rolls around. Thank you to our acolytes, and the Grandmaster will rise. And Doug the Pug comes out wearing a cute little outfit, almost tuxedo-like, with a small little rose around his collar. He was prepared for this moment, and he approaches the Arbiter with a collar in his own mouth and a leash as well. Arbiter?
Looks good on you, buddy.
If you please.
I'm supposed to wear this thing?
You are.
This wasn't part of the bet. He's gonna put it on.
As you put that on, it latches in place, magically sealing around you. And Doug the Pug will now parade you around the arena as he walks you. Thank you to my acolytes, and the Grandmaster will rise even further up, high to the sky. You, each week, come and join us for blood, for chaos, and I knew I could count on all of you. That in your heart of hearts, it's not the actual blood that gets yours going. It is seeing the fight itself, the spirit that awakens your own. Thank you. Welcome and good night to D20 Deathmatch!